we sort of trying to export more than we are importing, and tend to think that China is always a barrier, but we need to think differently around that. The question around trademarks and protection of trademarks came up again. Recognize that although it's difficult to start a business and that we've got low skill sets and entrepreneurial skills in Africa, we need to invest more in the human capital and related to the creative industry, and particularly for the SADC region, because for Nigeria, Ghana, there seems to be quite an innovative spirit around entrepreneurialism. We also need to be very innovative around using our natural resources. There was quite an incredible idea that quite oftentimes seawater is required. A whole bunch of black people inland, but nobody's ever thought of going to the sea and bringing that inland. So just in terms of the way forward, we'll be planning a workshop just around the creative industry, bringing in somebody from bringing in somebody from the UNISA School of Corporate Citizenship, the head of Vega School of Brand Management, somebody from the Innovation Hub, and somebody who's also looked at administrating around thinking of schooling and thinking. In terms of somebody else whom we thought should be involved around this, we would like to have you on board if that's possible for that meeting. In terms of some of the, and I guess this is more related to enterprise development or than anything else, but just really setting up a meeting between Chingai, Edge, Kula, and NIF. Next action steps, we've indicated that. And then what I indicated was that as part of that workshop, what I'll do is just provide a quick overview of what's happening around the world in terms of the design and creative industry. An interesting thing that came up in terms of what we need to be thinking about industries as well around that is that just the whole carbon footprint strategy that's coming around the world perhaps maybe means that we need to be thinking differently around design and around community development, and also in how we create things more in efficient ways. And perhaps maybe globalization is not the answer. An example, I'm having a paradigm shift problem on this one, but an example that was made is, for instance, that somebody who's selling tomatoes on the corner of some street is not really in a global economy. So perhaps some of the solutions that we need to be thinking about are around those issues. So that was creative industry.